The East River is a saltwater tidal strait in New York City. The waterway, which is actually not a river despite its name, connects Upper New York Bay on its south end to Long Island Sound on its north end. It separates Long Island including the boroughs of Queens and Brooklyn from the Bronx on the North American mainland, and the island of Manhattan. Because of its connection to Long Island Sound, it was once also known as the Sound River. The tidal strait changes its flow direction frequently. Formation. The strait was formed approximately 11,000 years ago at the end of the Wisconsin glaciation. The distinct change in the shape of the strait between the lower and upper portions is evidence of this glacial activity. The upper portion, running largely perpendicular to the glacial motion, is wide, meandering, and has deep narrow bays on both banks, scoured out by the glacier's movement. The lower portion runs north-south, parallel to the glacial motion. It is much narrower, with straight banks. The bays that exist are largely wide and shallow. The channel, historically, the lower portion of the strait was one of the busiest and most important channels in the world, particularly during the first 3 centuries of New York City's history. The Brooklyn Bridge, opened in 1883, was the first bridge to span the strait, replacing frequent ferry service. Some passenger ferry service remains between Manhattan and Queens and Brooklyn. Due to heavy pollution, the East River is dangerous to people who fall in or attempt to swim in it, although as of mid-2007 the water was cleaner than it had been in decades. As of 2010, the New York City Department of Environmental Protection categorizes the East River as Use Classification I, meaning it is safe for secondary contact activities such as boating and fishing. According to the Marine Sciences section of the City Department of Environmental Protection, the channel is swift, with water moving as fast as 4 knots. That speed can push casual swimmers out to sea. A few people drown in the waters around New York City each year. The strength of the current foiled an effort in 2007 to tap it for tidal power. However, in February 2012 the federal government announced an agreement with Verdant Power to install 30 tidal turbines in the channel, projected to begin operations in 2015 and produce 1.05 MW of power. Tributaries. The Bronx River drains into the East River in the northern section of the strait. North of Randall's Island, it is joined by the Bronx Kill. Along the east of Ward's Island, at approximately the strait's midpoint, it narrows into a channel called Hell Gate, which is spanned by both the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge and the Hell Gate Bridge. On the south side of Ward's Island, it is joined by the Harlem River. Newtown Creek on Long Island drains into the East River, forming part of the boundary between Queens and Brooklyn. The East River contains a number of islands, including Upper Section, Rikers Island, North and South Brother Islands, Mill Rock. Lower Section, Randall's Island and Ward's Island, Roosevelt Island, Youth and Island. Crossings. In popular culture, Edward Harrigan's 1874 comic song Muldoon, the Solid Man mentions the enchanting East River air. The Brecker brothers performed a song named after the river and is featured on their 1978 album Heavy Metal Bebop. Kramer decides to swim in the East River for exercise in the Seinfeld episode The Nap. In the video game Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, the Russian Navy had taken control of the river as part of their invasion of the east coast of the United States in the fictitious Russo-American War. According to its author, Yasushi Akimoto, one of the best-known Japanese songs Kawa no Nage no Yani the swan song of the noted singer Hibari Misora was inspired by the East River. In The Simpsons episode, The City of New York vs. Homer Simpson, Homer receives a letter stating that his vehicle is illegally parked between the World Trade Center towers and that if he doesn't fix the issue that his car will be crushed into a cube and thrown into the East River at your expense. Views of the river. See also, List of New York rivers, lists of crossings of the East River, Geography and environment of New York City, Geography of New York Harbor. References, notes. External links. East River NYC from the Greater Astoria Historical Society, LIC Community Boathouse site for free paddling on the East River, hydropower turbines destroyed by East River current, Western Queens waterfront information page.